Dominate your mind and never feel exhausted again. Stoicism. Every day, you face a barrage of distractions and demands that drain your energy. Imagine your phone buzzing with notifications, your inbox overflowing, and the relentless pressure to perform at work. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters, said Epictetus, reminding you that your power lies in your response. Now, picture a moment during your workday. You're staring at a report that needs to be finished, and the deadline looms closer, creating a knot in your stomach. You take a deep breath, feel your shoulders drop, and remind yourself, it's not the task itself that exhausts you. It's the mental chatter that fuels your anxiety. Why do you let the weight of expectation bury you? How often do you surrender your peace to external pressures? As you continue working, you notice a colleague pacing back and forth, visibly agitated by their workload. Rather than joining in the frenzy, you pause, reflect, and embrace the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control, your attitude. By choosing to respond calmly, you free up mental energy. You decide to set aside a few minutes to strategize instead of spiraling into panic. When was the last time you chose calm amidst chaos? What if, starting today, you made that choice more often? As the hours pass, remind yourself that exhaustion isn't just physiological. It's deeply rooted in perception. The world will keep spinning, and pressures will never fade. What shifts can you make to alleviate that mental drain? Each time you feel overwhelmed, you have the opportunity to dominate your mind with Stoic philosophy and reclaim your energy. Now let's challenge you. For the next 24 hours, practice this principle. Notice when stress creeps in. Take a moment to step back and assess how you can control your response. Observe how liberating it feels to detach from external chaos. But wait, before you start integrating this Stoic wisdom into your life, I need to give you an important heads up. Many subscribers have reported that YouTube unsubscribed them without warning. Check the red button below to make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. I don't want you to miss any Stoic lesson coming up. And since you're here, smash that powerful like. It helps me a lot with the algorithm. Tell me in the comments, which city are you watching from? I love getting to know every amazing person who's part of this community. Your participation makes all the difference. Let's interact. Imagine agora que você está em uma fila de supermercado, observando as pessoas ao seu redor. Algumas parecem apressadas, tocando seus celulares, enquanto outras esperam pacientemente, com um ar de tranquilidade. É um campo de batalha invisível. Pressa contra calma. Você pode sentir a tensão subindo à medida que o caixa demora. O que você faz? A explanação da filosofia estoica é clara. A felicidade não depende de coisas externas. Ela habita dentro de nós, diria Epicteto. Neste pequeno momento, você tem uma escolha: se deixar levar pelo estresse ou mergulhar em um estado de aceitação. Respire fundo. Sinta o peso das suas expectativas sendo solto a cada expiração. O que realmente importa aqui é simplesmente o ato de esperar. A maneira como você decide ver isso pode mudar todo o seu dia. Às vezes, você pode se sentir preso em suas emoções. Ao invés de deixar que a frustração faça você perder o foco, observe como a calma pode ser uma resposta mais poderosa. Lembre-se, você tem controle sobre suas reações. Ao reconhecer isso, você começa a se libertar. Agora, pense por um instante. Quantas vezes você deixou que pequenas situações estragassem seu humor ou sua produtividade? Ser autoconsciente é o primeiro passo. A consciência traz clareza, e a clareza traz poder. Ao perceber suas emoções, você as transforma. Quando você enfrenta um desafio, uma reunião difícil ou um projeto pressionante, tente se perguntar: o que posso aprender aqui? Como posso agir com sabedoria? Essas perguntas, inspiradas pelo estoicismo, iluminam o caminho para decisões mais conscientes. À medida que a sua mente se acalma, as distrações perdem força. Você percebe que não está sozinho nessa jornada. Todos ao seu redor também enfrentam as suas batalhas internas. Considere isso. Como você pode usar essa nova consciência para apoiar não apenas a si mesmo, mas também os outros? E se você se pegasse mencionando essa abordagem estoica para um colega? Compartilhar é uma maneira poderosa de solidificar o que você aprende. Uma conversa simples sobre como lidar com a pressão pode criar um ambiente mais positivo. Você pode ser a mudança que deseja ver. Agora, um lembrete prático. Ao longo do seu dia, continue a se questionar: como você pode cultivar uma paz interior em meio ao barulho exterior? Cada vez que um sintoma de estresse aparecer, veja isso como uma oportunidade de crescimento. Aproveite essas oportunidades. É o nosso pensamento que forma nosso caráter. O que você está cultivando hoje em sua mente? Ao se levantar para enfrentar o dia, faça uma escolha consciente. Que tipo de energia você quer irradiar? Com cada respiração, lembre-se de que a verdadeira força vem de dentro. Qual será seu próximo passo em direção a uma vida mais serena? Chapter 2: Finding Your Center in the Chaos. As you navigate through your day, stress may start to build up again. Acknowledge that it's okay to feel this way. The world outside often feels like a whirlwind. But remember, just like in the supermarket line, you have a choice. You can either let that chaos take over, or you can find your center. Take a moment to pause. What are you feeling right now? Is it impatience? Anxiety? What if you took a deep breath and allowed those feelings to simply exist without letting them control you? It's about recognizing the storm inside you and deciding not to engage with it. Imagine sitting at your desk and a sudden wave of pressure hits when the phone rings or an urgent email arrives. Instead of diving into panic mode, ask yourself, what can I control in this moment? The answer may be as simple as your breath. Inhale deeply, hold it for a moment, and exhale slowly. As you do this, visualize your worries floating away with each breath out. This small act can create space in your mind, allowing clarity to replace chaos. Now, think about the conversations you have throughout the day. Do they add to your peace or drain your energy? Engaging with negative talk can quickly pull you back into that overwhelming spiral. The Stoic approach encourages you to filter your interactions. Surround yourself with uplifting energy. Seek out those who reinforce your calm and share similar perspectives on life. You could even make it a point to share your experiences with Stoicism. A simple comment to a friend or colleague can open up a dialogue about mindfulness and resilience. Sharing your journey can encourage others to join you. Each conversation is a chance to strengthen your understanding and support one another in finding peace. Let's also touch on those moments when you feel frustration creeping in again. It's natural. It happens to everyone. When you notice that frustration, instead of pushing it away, lean into it. Ask yourself how this feeling can be useful. Could it be a sign that you value your time, or that you are passionate about your work? Use that awareness to turn your frustration into motivation. Remember, the obstacles you face won't disappear, but how you approach them can shift drastically. Create a small mantra for tough moments. Maybe something like, "I am in control of my reactions." Repeat this to yourself when challenges arise. It'll remind you that no matter what happens, it's your reaction that defines the outcome. As day turns into night, reflect on your day. What went well? When did you remember to pause? Celebrating those small victories is vital. They remind you that shifts towards a more stoic mindset are not just possible, they're already happening. As you prepare for sleep, do another deep breathing exercise. With every breath, allow yourself to release the tension accumulated throughout the day. Reflect on the lessons learned and the challenges faced. Each experience contributes to your growth. Tomorrow is a new day filled with new opportunities to practice Stoicism. Stay aware of how you can continue to cultivate that inner peace amidst the noise. What will you discover next in your journey? Chapter 3: Embracing the Present Moment. As you wake up to a new day, take a moment to appreciate the stillness around you. Feel the comfort of your bed and the warmth of sunlight streaming through your window. This is your first choice of the day: to embrace this moment or rush to the chaos awaiting you. After all, the pursuit of a peaceful mind starts with the present. The Stoics remind us, today is the only day you have. So, before you get lost in your to-do list, breathe in deeply and tell yourself, "I will focus on now." Each breath is a step toward reclaiming your power. Now, let's picture your morning routine. As you brush your teeth, notice the sensation of the brush against you. Teeth. When you pour your coffee, pay attention to the aroma filling the room. These small moments may seem mundane, but they carry a richness often overlooked. How often do we rush through our routines, missing the beauty around us? As you take your first sip of coffee, think about how you can carry this mindfulness into your day. You might face a busy commute, a packed schedule, or unexpected interruptions. Instead of waiting for stress to creep in, decide to greet the day with a sense of curiosity. How can you learn from each situation you encounter? While at work, perhaps a lengthy meeting awaits. Instead of letting your mind wander or feel restless, ground yourself. Focus on the task at hand and engage intentionally. This choice not only enhances your productivity, but also fosters a sense of control over your reactions. If a colleague makes a negative comment, remember the Stoic perspective. It's not their words, but your response that matters. You can choose to be offended or to let it slide. What benefits can you gain from taking the higher road? Reflect on how this moment can strengthen your resilience. Time passes, and maybe you notice frustration bubbling up again. This is natural and human. Sit with that feeling for a second. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Maybe it highlights something you care deeply about, prompting a change you've been avoiding. Use that insight to guide your next steps. In the afternoon, as you feel fatigue setting in, don't fight it. Instead, take a short break. Stretch your body. Close your eyes. Be aware of your surroundings and soak in the sounds and sights. Let this rejuvenate you. Soon, you'll find that taking these moments strengthens your inner calm. As evening approaches, reflect on what today taught you. Were there moments where you paused? What did you notice? Celebrating these insights is crucial. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small. You are learning to navigate the chaos more gracefully. Before bed, consider journaling about your experiences. What challenges did you meet? How did you apply Stoic principles? Write down your thoughts and feelings. This practice can bring clarity and reinforce your commitment to living with intention. Finally, as you drift off to sleep, remember that tomorrow is another chance to embrace the present. What new lessons will you uncover? Each day presents a canvas for you to paint your story of resilience and peace. Keep that curiosity alive and let it guide you forward. Chapter 4. The Power of Acceptance. As you wake up to the dawn of another day, take a moment to stretch and breathe in the fresh air. Each day is a blank page waiting for you to write your own story. Today, let's focus on the power of acceptance, a key principle in Stoic philosophy. Picture this. You step outside, and the sky is gray. You might feel disappointment rush in. You had hoped for sunshine. But what if instead of resisting this, you accepted it? The weather is beyond your control. Embracing this fact can free you from unnecessary frustration. You can still find joy in the day, even if it doesn't start as you envisioned. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It's an acknowledgement of reality as it is. When you accept what can't be changed, you create space for what you can influence. This shift in mindset can change your entire day. So, how can you apply this today? Let's say you arrive at work and discover a last-minute change to your schedule. Instead of complaining or feeling overwhelmed, remind yourself, I will adapt. Take a deep breath and focus on what you can control in this situation. Maybe you need to prioritize tasks differently or communicate with your team about the new changes. Feeling a sense of agency can empower you. Now think about the, let's say, difficult conversations you might have today. You may need to address conflicts or misunderstandings. Instead of fearing these interactions, embrace the fact that they're part of life. Approach them with an open heart and mind. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? By accepting that challenges are opportunities for growth, you'll approach each situation with less tension. As the day unfolds, you might face unexpected hurdles that throw you off course. Perhaps a project takes longer than expected, or a colleague is short-tempered. In moments like these, pause and remind yourself, this is part of life. Accepting these moments helps you respond with grace instead of reacting out of frustration. A practical strategy is to prepare a toolkit of responses for stressful situations. Maybe it's a simple phrase like, I choose to remain calm, or this too shall pass. Repeating these mantras can ground you when things don't go as planned. As the day transitions to evening, reflect on your experiences. What challenges did you face? How did acceptance help you navigate through them? Celebrating these moments, no matter how small, can reinforce your journey towards a more balanced mindset. Before you settle in for the night, think about what acceptance means to you. It's a form of self-compassion. It frees you from the burden of unrealistic expectations. The truth is, life is unpredictable, and that's okay. You're learning to embrace it. As you drift off to sleep, consider what tomorrow will bring. Every day is another chance to practice acceptance and cultivate inner peace. So what will you choose to embrace tomorrow? Keep that spirit of curiosity alive. Each moment is an opportunity to deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you. What new lessons will you uncover on this journey? As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a soft glow across the room, she reflected on the journey she had taken. Each day had been a mix of challenges and triumphs, ebbing and flowing like the waves of the ocean. Lately, those lessons in Stoicism had woven themselves into her daily routine, but now she felt a wave of uncertainty creeping in. It was the night before a significant presentation at work. Nerves buzzed in her stomach, threatening to derail her calm. She paced the floor, replaying her slides in her mind, anxious about the questions she might face. The familiar knot formed in her chest. Was she truly prepared? In that moment of chaos, she remembered her lessons on acceptance. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath. "I will adapt," she whispered, grounding herself in the present. It was an acknowledgement that she couldn't control everything. The meeting might not go perfectly, but she could control how she responded to whatever came her way. Feeling a surge of clarity, she grabbed her notebook and began jotting down her thoughts. What if she stumbled over her words? What if someone challenged her ideas? Instead of surrendering to fear, she reflected on how she had turned past frustrations into learning experiences. Each misstep had paved the way for growth. The next day, as she entered the boardroom, the tension was palpable. Faces were stoic, but internally, she could sense their anxieties too. As the presentation began, she spotted a colleague who had previously criticized her work. His piercing gaze felt daunting, yet she chose to see it differently. He's human too, she thought, reminding herself that everyone had their battles. With each slide, she found her rhythm. And even when questions arose, she leaned into them, responding thoughtfully, drawing from her newfound depth of understanding. But then came the moment she had dreaded, a challenging question from her critic. Instead of panicking, something inside her shifted. She paused, summoning the calm she had practiced. "That's a great question," she said, her voice steady. "Let me explain my thought process." The words flowed, unencumbered by doubt. As she finished, she noticed nods around the table. Her colleagues smiled, genuinely impressed. A wave of relief washed over her. She had not only survived the presentation, but had thrived. In facing her fears, she had transformed a moment of vulnerability into a powerful display of resilience. Later, as she left the building, her heart swelled with a sense of accomplishment. She had embraced the power of acceptance, the strength of calmness, and the ability to turn challenges into opportunities. That evening, she put pen to paper again. Reflecting on the day, she realized how much her journey had taught her about navigating chaos. Each trial was a chance to exercise her newfound skills. Yes, obstacles would continue to arise, but she now had the tools to remain steady, even amidst the storm. As the days rolled into weeks, her life slowly transformed. she began sharing her experiences with colleagues and friends, initiating conversations about Stoic practices. To her surprise, many were eager to learn more. They exchanged insights, creating a community centered on resilience. In those moments of connection, she discovered an additional layer to her journey: the importance of shared wisdom. Together, they navigated challenges, supported each other through stress, and celebrated achievements. Now, as she lay in bed each night, gratitude filled her heart. The path to serenity was not perfect, but it was real, rich, and alive. She was growing, learning, and embracing the ever-changing nature of life. Each day was an invitation to continue the journey, to deepen her understanding, and to connect with those around her. She smiled softly to herself, ready for whatever lessons awaited in the days ahead. Do you want to keep advancing on the path to serenity? Subscribe now to the channel to receive the next Stoic reflections firsthand. Click like if this content helped you grow. In the comments, share the biggest insight you took away. Your experience may inspire other seekers. And don't hoard wisdom. Send this video to at least 3 friends who need inner balance.